speculation around Manchester United and whether they will look to recruit a new goalkeeper this summer. Andre Onana, remember, missed their Premier League opener against Arsenal last weekend. Today, Ruben Amorim was giving nothing away about who will pick to face Fulham on Sunday.
Onana is ready to play like last week, so we'll see in the game who is going to be the goalkeeper. Lich is out, Nuz is out, the rest of the guys are fit and ready to play.
Right, since Ruben Amorim held that news conference, Michael, there has been news of a potential goalkeeper incoming at Manchester United.
That's right, Darmesh. Yeah, United making progress in talks with Royal Antwerp to sign goalkeeper Sanne Lammens. Now, sources in Belgium have told us that a 17.3 million transfer is close to being agreed, with the structure currently under discussion. So United making progress with the Royal Antwerp goalkeeper Sanne Lammens.
Yeah, and if he was to come in, it wouldn't necessarily be as a number one goalkeeper, but they're looking long-term, are Manchester United, with regard to that possible signing. So possibly a keeper coming in at United. But of course, as we have been telling you, since they've made those three signings up front, the focus has been on departures at Manchester United. Marcus Rashford, of course, already gone to Barcelona. They're looking at suitable offers for the likes of Jadon Sancho, Alejandro Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, Antony and Tyrell Malacia. And Ruben Amorim was asked about potential departures this afternoon, and this was his response.
It's not an idea that these guys are going to leave to play in the different club and then we are going to receive another player. That we don't know what is going to happen, but we are not waiting to get to take out someone to bring another player. One thing is not responsible for the other. It's not a good thing to have players in this situation, but it's clearly that they want to play in the different club, and that is clear. So we try to arrange everything for both parts to be happy. So I have to try to imagine to have the training with the guys that I think are going to be the future, and then the other guys are training and preparing for the next chapter. When the window is closed, it is a different history. When the window is closed, we have to receive the players, and then new life, and anything can happen.
Yeah, Carve, let's have a look at some of these players that Manchester United want to listen to offers for. One of the big ones, and probably the one that will get them the most amount of money, is Alejandro Garnacho. We just saw Chris Reedy describing what Chelsea's front line is going to look like tonight. He'll find it quite difficult getting in that team if he was to go, wouldn't he?
No, well, Chelsea need another player who can play wide left. Because Mudrik's unavailable at the moment, Jadon Sancho has gone. They brought in Jamie Gittins, but they need another player there. And their number one target is Garnacho. But look, Chelsea know that Garnacho effectively has no future at United. It's very difficult to see him ever playing for United again. And Chelsea's position is, why would we pay over the odds for a player who's got no future at United and for a player who wants to move to Stamford Bridge? I'm pretty sure he's going to end up being a Chelsea player before the window closes, but it's got to be at a price point that is acceptable to both sides. One side wants 50, the other one wants to play around 30. I think a compromise is going to have to be reached, and maybe it will be reached once Chelsea have sold some more players.
Yeah, so Alejandro Garnacho looks like he will end up at Chelsea, as you said there, Carve. Not so clear-cut is the future of Rasmus Højlund. Remember, AC Milan were really trying hard to sign Rasmus Højlund. They proposed a loan with an option. Manchester United prefer a permanent deal. Rasmus Højlund prefers a permanent deal. Napoli now are thought to be trying to formulate a deal whereby they do a loan with an obligation to buy. Antonio Conte is really keen on signing Rasmus Højlund, and it's understood that Højlund and United could be up for this deal because Napoli can obviously offer Champions League football. So definitely one to watch there. Garnacho potentially to Chelsea. Højlund, you never know, potentially to Napoli. Jadon Sancho, Michael, another player who could be on his way out, but where?
If Højlund's watching, just look at what Antonio Conte's done to Scott McTominay. So, all right, anyway. Right, on Jadon Sancho. Look, he's confident, we understand, of securing a move away from Manchester United before the window closes. Now, Roma are now looking at alternatives to Sancho because Roma had this bid worth £20 million and held talks with the player. But Sancho wanted to explore other options. Bit of a surprise in my opinion, but Besiktas showed an interest, but they're not in active discussions, we understand. We know Borussia Dortmund and a number of clubs have been kept updated on the situation. So big clubs still want him, that's for sure. So it looks to be that they will, by the end of the deadline, get that solution. Yeah,
I know Manchester United fans are probably getting bored about all the players that potentially could leave the club. I still think they want to spot a market opportunity if it's possible to bring in more players. We've talked about the goalkeeper, but they're still exploring the market for a midfielder in this transfer window. Stuttgart's Angelo Stiller is a player they like and that they have looked at in this window. However, it's gone no further than initial interest at this stage. No club-to-club contract. He's a German international, still got 3 years left on his contract. You'll remember that earlier on in the window, Carlos Baleba was a big target for Manchester United, but Brighton made it clear not for sale. But as I mentioned before, as much as the focus is on departures at Old Trafford, they do want to be in a position that if a market opportunity was to present itself, they are in a position to be able to act.
Manchester United, we have one more big story to mention. I told you that Manchester United, after the striker, wanted to try to find a midfielder on the market. And that remains the case, because Manchester United, in the recent hours, have approached the camp of the top midfielder from Brighton to tell them that they have a serious interest in the player.
Manchester United have once again sent shockwaves through the football world, as Sky Sports News has just confirmed a massive and truly shocking transfer. The Red Devils, known for their bold moves in the transfer market, have stunned fans and rivals alike by pulling off a deal that no one saw coming. The announcement comes at a time when United are eager to reshape their squad and reassert themselves among Europe's elite. This latest signing isn't just about adding another player, it's a statement of intent, a clear message that Manchester United are ready to compete at the very top again. United's hierarchy will see this as a landmark moment, ensuring the club keeps its place on the global stage. For the fans, it's a reminder of what Manchester United truly represents, a club unafraid to dream big and deliver even bigger.